too, brother.
Come on.
Hey, win the ball today, man.
Hey, I love you. That's all because of your ass.
What's up?
Nah, your ass teaching me the ropes, boy.
Another blitz coming. Mayfield throws a dart. Caught ball, Evans. He's got the first down at the 13-yard line.
I just want to target. Just throw it up to me. What we got? How much I need? You need 5. Come on.
With 30.
Philly missed theirs.
Oh, you can't help but be amazed at how delighted all of his teammates were for him. Jeff Darlington is there in Tampa for the game tonight, and you were there for that moment last week. What is the feeling around the Buccaneers right now?
Greeny, that was such a fun moment. Actually, right after that, I walk in the locker room and Baker Mayfield's at his locker. And I said to him, I said, if Todd Bowles made you kneel down and didn't let you throw that pass in that moment, I go, would you have done it anyway? And Baker gave me that grin that he has. And he made very clear that he was going to do it no matter what. And quite honestly, that is sort of the vibe in the locker room. They've got a lot of swag to them right now. They've got a lot of confidence. Someone told me that Mike Evans and Baker Mayfield this week in practice were on fire. But they are up against a very familiar foe in Marshawn Lattimore, the cornerback who played for the Saints and has given Evans fits throughout his career. The last 4 games when Lattimore was playing in the game with Evans, Evans has had just an average of 37 yards and 0 touchdowns. Now, Evans is sort of trying to downplay this a little bit, but I can tell you on the Commanders' side of the ball, Lattimore is very much trying to upplay this. He believes that he can be a difference maker in this game. I'm told the Commanders feel like he is as healthy as he's been, and when they acquired him, they felt like it was important in the postseason. They needed strength in the defensive backfield. They got it in the form of Lattimore, and now, coincidentally enough, he's going up against his most familiar, fiercest foe in Mike Evans, Greeny.
Well, that's one of the great matchups to watch this weekend. And so let's look at the numbers here again. Evans and Baker Mayfield connected for 11 touchdowns this year. The Bucs quarterback had his best year, 41 touchdowns, tied with Lamar Jackson for second in the league. Baker also third in both passing yards and completion percentage. He was the only quarterback to finish in the top 3 in all of those categories. But Teddy, I want to come right to you because when we were watching that moment of Mike Evans getting that record and the way the whole team was celebrating, you were really struck, and you said, in the corner of my ear, I heard you say, they take that with them into the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, that's something we know each individual situation we have as players, quarterbacks, linebackers, D-line, what they need, incentives. I mean, you're almost sometimes you get later in your career, what your legacy defines, what it needs. And Mike, how long have we said it over the course of every year of his career? Another 1,000 yards, another 1,000 yards, another 1,000 yards. How important that is for Tampa. Like, we've got goals this season, all right? Win the division, win the Super Bowl, get to the playoffs, Mike Evans, 1,000 yards. I'm serious. So when you accomplish something like that, that momentum, that sort of togetherness moment you have, taken to the next round. And it's big, and it's big. Teams like Philly missed it, in my opinion. But this is one thing here the Bucs have. Philly could have had it. That's what I thought of right there. I'm seeing that, and I'm seeing that emotion and what it's going to do for them today.
I hope it shows up because this Bucs team, I mean, talk about it. They've been more Jekyll and Hyde than anybody in the NFL, right? At times they look phenomenal. They beat the Eagles. They beat the Lions. They crushed the Chargers in L.A. And then down the stretch, you know, they lay an egg at the Cowboys. They almost laid an egg in the finale at home to the Saints, right? Like, this defense especially, which defense is going to show up? And I think that today is really going to decide this game because both offenses have a ton of firepower and can put on a show.
I think it's all Baker Mayfield today. I mean, we played him in Week 10, and like everybody talks about the competitiveness of this guy. You look up competitor in the dictionary, you're going to see a picture of Baker Mayfield. That's just the type of guy that he is. And let's not forget, this is the first overall pick in the 2018 draft class, you know what I'm saying? But besides that, he's been phenomenal all year. I think, like you mentioned, Greeny, I mean, the swag that they're playing with right now, I think it's going to be hard to beat. Jayden Daniels has been great this year as well. You know, we talked about how hard it is to play as a rookie, and in the clutch moments leading his team, it's going to be a tough matchup today. I think, you know, defensively, we're going to have our hands full with the quarterback play.
But Teddy, you said something last night that really stuck with me. You said, for some reason, none of the rookie rules seem to apply to Jayden Daniels.
Yeah, it's watching him is different. It's the most fantastic rookie quarterback season I've seen. 13 years as a player, 16 years as an analyst. they just don't apply. The skills that he has. I mean, I'm just not talking about an arm or passing the football in terms of also the creating Rex that he can do, Jayden Daniels.
Yeah, no, and the poise of this kid is absolutely. We've never seen him run the way he's been running. He puts the team on his back more than he ever has, I think, and but occasionally he still. It's like, no, like, don't do that. And so will that moment happen? I mean, here's the crazy thing. I'm not so sure that will happen with Jayden Daniels. I don't think he makes a big mistake. It's crazy that the poise and his maturation during the season, like, it's crazy. In fourth quarter, like, both these guys, who has the ball last, I think wins it. By the way, the Lattimore matchup against Mike Evans, will they throw a holding call or not? Because this dude holds every single snap
you're
against
a
Mike
guy.
Evans.
You're not supposed to be saying that.
Well, that's because I'm going.
Defense.
I understand that, but I'm also. I just put my bet here with touchdown.
I think Jayden Daniels has a big day today. Yeah. This Bucs defense, especially up front, is over aggressive. Right, and there's a lot of running lanes. He ran for 88 yards in the first game. I think there's a chance he has a big day with his legs. And then again, on the back end, they've suffered a ton of injuries. I know, Chef, you reported a lot of these guys expected to play, but there's still some matchups that he can exploit.
I would say the rookie on the other side, I mean, a lot of talk about Jayden Daniels before the Buccaneers. I mean, Bucky Irving, how special he's been. They're going to give him the ball a lot of time.
Bucky Irving, man, has been phenomenal this year.
He has.
The shiftiness, the way that he's played as a rookie, too, has been awesome.
The McMillan kid also, I mean, he's been hot the last 5 weeks. So they've got some young players that really have to step up.
It's the highest total of the weekend by a fairly wide margin, 50.5. But someone said last night, Fred, neither of these defenses can stop the other. Do you see it that way? Is this just a shootout, you think, between two high-flying offenses?
I think we got to look at the ball. We got to watch the ball. Who's taking it away? Who's protecting it? I think that's going to be a big part of it. I think these are two high-powered offenses, but you got to be smart with the football. You can't just try and play hero ball at quarterback. You got to be able to be complementary and get the run game going on both sides. I think it could be high scoring.
Do you know the last time Washington won 12 games? They won 12 games this year. It was 1991. They won the Super Bowl that year. We'll see what they're able to do in their first playoff game under Jayden Daniels coming up tonight. Meanwhile, let's talk about another young quarterback. Fred, this is one you might find familiar.
Now we talking.
He may have been Mr. Irrelevant as the final pick in the 2022 draft, but he's been impossible to ignore ever since. He has the third highest QBR in the league since his rookie year, trailing only Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes.
Is that good company?
He's eligible.
Josh Allen? Is that good or no?
Eligible for an extension for the first time this offseason. And you were telling us a great story last night about the first moment you realized, or how you first came to realize how good he was going to be before anyone else in the world knew.
First of all, let me just say, Brock Purdy, I love you, man. Thank you for being my quarterback. Brock Purdy, last pick in the draft, nobody even knew who this kid was, is our scout team quarterback in 2022 when we had probably the best defense in the league. And he's in there in practice with the no-look passes, dicing our defense up every single week. And I'm back there just pissed off. I'm giving it to him. Like and he's.
Thank you, sir.
If they win the championship, that'll be an unforgettable moment in the history of this proud program. It was set up by a sequence of plays. Here's the scoop and score. He says he almost blacked out. He doesn't get a chance to make this play, though, if they didn't keep Texas out of the end zone before that.
I know, and it's easy to look back, but think about there at the 1 yard line. You got Arch Manning back there that could come in and maybe run the football, but instead they ran it one time, met a lot of fours, tried to go wide, just could not get anything going inside that 5 yard line.
Back-to-back pass interference penalties, put the ball in one. They put all those defensive linemen in there. Power didn't work, and then you said they made the decision to go to the edge, and that'll be one that perhaps